Session 7, Atatürk's Revolutions. 1. Introduction. Education is defined as the process of bringing about the desired change in human behavior through one's own experiences. Typically, education is perceived in the form of formal education, referring to teaching and learning activities carried out in schools. In this sense, education is considered a primary duty of the state.
Culture, on the other hand, is the totality of material and spiritual values possessed by a nation. The richness in this area is widely accepted as an expression of the strength of a nation and the state. Education and culture ensure that a society is knowledgeable, dynamic, and capable of solving problems. Every state, desiring its people to possess these characteristics, formulates and implements an appropriate education and culture policy. In this context, the Republic of Turkey, at its establishment, embraced new education and culture policies and implemented revolutions in these fields.
Atatürk's Revolutions. 2. Revolutionary changes in the field of education. A. Law of Union of Education. B. Alphabet Reform. C. University Reform. Revolutionary changes in the field of education. Those who graduated from traditional madrasas and schools established in the European style often had significantly different, even completely contrasting worldviews. While two different types of individuals were emerging from state-affiliated schools, the increasing number of schools belonging to minorities, foreign states, and missionaries was further complicating the situation. Revolutionary changes in the field of education to put an end to the existing conflict between schools and madrasas in the Ottoman state. Both of these education systems should be abolished. It is necessary to educate all the children of the country together until higher education and for them to learn the same science and technology. Only in this way can the problem of madrasas and other foundation schools be solved. Tevadi Tedrasat, Unification of Education, Vasif Bey, March 3, 1924. Revolutionary changes in the field of education. The Law of Unification of Education, Tevadi Tedrasat Kanunu, dated March 3, 1924. All educational institutions were affiliated with the Ministry of National Education. Traditional religious schools, madrises, were closed. Schools providing contemporary, national, and secular education were established. Various vocational schools were opened. Tevadi Tedrasat Kanunu. The Law on Educational Organization, Marif Teskalati Hakindakakanan, dated March 2, 1926, a secular education approach was adopted. The principles of primary and secondary education were modernized within the framework of a secular understanding of education. It was established as a principle that no school could be opened without the knowledge and permission of the state. The Turks used the Göktürk and Uyghur alphabets. After converting to Islam, they started using the Arabic alphabet. In 1926, the Language Council, Dil and Cumani, was established. Starting from 1927, it was deemed appropriate for doctor prescriptions to be written in Latin letters. In June 1928, the Alphabet Report was prepared. Revolutionary changes in the field of education. On November 1, 1928, the new Turkish alphabet was adopted. The new alphabet was suitable for the Turkish language and was easy to read, write, and learn. The number of published books rapidly increased. The Turkish nation learned the new letters in a short period. On January 1, 1929, people's schools, Millet Mektepleri, were opened, providing the public with the opportunity to learn reading and writing. The scientific and administrative autonomy was provided. Teaching staff in every field were trained, and academic careers were regulated by law. University budgets were increased, and they were managed with additional budgets. The teaching and research resources were expanded. Atatürk's Revolutions. 3. Revolutionary changes in the field of culture. A. Turkish Historical Society. B. Turkish Language Society. C. Developments in Fine Arts. Turkish Historical Society. History is the most accurate guide that shows what a nation is capable of and what it can achieve. 3. Revolutionary changes in the field of culture. As the Ottoman Empire adopted a religious understanding of history, historians tended to approach Turkish history as if it consisted only of Seljuk and Ottoman histories, without delving into the history of the Turks in Central Asia. According to Atatürk, there was a need for a change in the historical understanding and perspective adopted in the Ottoman Empire. Having a national understanding of history was crucial to forming a national identity in Turkey. Turkish Historical Society. April 15, 1931. Turkish Historical Society. April 15, 1931. Describing the language of the Ottoman Empire as Turkish is incorrect. The term Ottoman Turkish should be used. This is because the spoken language in the Ottoman state was Turkish. The alphabet was Arabic, while the grammar consisted of a mixture of Turkish, Arabic, and Persian. The syntax, vocabulary, morphological units, and rules of sound usage of the language used were predominantly Turkish. While this mixture was used in official life and correspondence, the public continued to use their own native language. Turkish Language Society. Weda Zayrethatal Arstadi Organizations Bieden 4, the Turkish Language Atorganet Essence, Beauty, Andrichness. To ensure the development of Turkish by examining its grammar, sentence structure, vocabulary, terms, and etymology. July 12, 1932.
Türk Dil Kurumu, Türk Tarih Kurumu.
Public houses, halk evleri, were established to educate the public. Great importance was given to the fine arts, leading to significant advancements in various art forms such as music, painting, sculpture, and architecture. Substantial progress was made in the fields of theater and cinema as well. Every branch of art was supported and developed to educate, advance, and modernize society. A nation that remains without art means one of its lifebloods has been severed. Ataturk's revolutions. 4. Conclusion. Shortly after the establishment of the Republic of Turkey, a national, democratic, and secular education program was defined to ensure educational unity. This included achieving uniformity in teaching, implementing university reforms, adopting the Latin alphabet instead of the Arabic alphabet, efforts to purge Turkish of foreign words, initiating scientific studies on Turkish historiography, highlighting the place of the Turkish nation in world civilization history, and fostering developments in the fine arts. These endeavors aimed to mold the society in the crucible of national education and culture, ultimately creating the Turkish nation. Question examples. The Republic is the governance by individuals elected by the will of the people themselves. 1. According to this definition, which of the following is not a work carried out in line with the principle of republicanism? Opening of the Grand National Assembly of Turkey, TBMM. B. Conducting education and health services by the state. C. Adoption of the law on fundamental organization. D. Abolition of the monarchy. E. Establishment of political parties. 2. With the granting of political rights to women, which of the following cannot be said to be aimed at? Developing populism. B. Developing democracy. C. Involving women in governance. D. Developing the republic. E. Empowering women economically. 3. With the proclamation of the Republic, Turkey transitioned to a cabinet system, and the roles of the Speaker of the Parliament and the Prime Minister were separated. Who were the first individuals to assume these roles? Speaker of the Parliament. Prime Minister. A. İsmet İnönü. İsmet İnönü.
B. M. Kemal Atatürk.
Fevzi Çakmak. C. Ali Fethi Okyar. Silal Bir.
D. Ali Fethi Okyar.
İsmet İnönü.
E. Ali Fuat Çebesay.
Karabekir Kazım. Among the developments made to facilitate economic relations with the West, which of the following is not included? Establishment of the Turkish Language Institution. B. Adoption of the Gregorian calendar. C. Acceptance of international numerals. D. Changing the weekend. E. Implementation of new measurement units. Which of the following is not one of the reasons for the adoption of the surname law? Regulating inheritance rights. B. Preventing social disorder. C. Modernizing. D. Implementing populism. E. Ensuring social equality.